So we're going to do a big test today. We've got a bunch of antennas that we're going to compare. We have the DB4e extended range antenna. It says 60 mile plus range, 15 dBi peak gain, optimized for UHF. So that's from Antennas Direct. Next we have the Channel Master 4228 HD. It's got a 75 mile range. As you can see, it's an 8-bay antenna. Now we've got the DB8e from Antennas Direct. Ultra long range, multi-directional antenna, 70 mile plus range, 17.4 dBi peak gain. So that antenna is an 8-bay, but you can direct the two 4-bays in different directions. And I also have two Channel Master preamps. I have the CM-778 amplifier. I have the CM-7777 amplifier. So we'll test those out too and see whether we can improve the signal using those as well. Just a couple other things that I'd like to show you here. If you look at the 7778, it has a gain of 16 dB on both VHF and UHF. When we go over to the 7777, it has 30 dB gain on the VHF and UHF, so almost double the dB gain. So that's definitely a big difference. So we're gonna see what the two amplifiers, what they actually do to the signal when we're testing here, and we'll see what happens. So there it shows you your location. So your location would be in the center of the circle, and it's showing where the different channels, which way the signals are coming from. So we have a lot of channels to the south and the southwest by looking at that. Now I'm just going to go over here. So now it gives us all the different lists of channels. Of course, Toronto is in the green there at the top, so the Toronto channels are all coming in very strong to our location. Toronto's only 30 miles away. The azimuth there, so it's showing you the actual compass heading to the CN tower to pick up those channels. As we go down the list, we start to see the buffalo channels. So now they're starting to change color from yellow to red to gray. So those are the ones that are more difficult to pick up, which means you're going to need a rooftop antenna. You may need extra amplification to pick up these channels as they get further down the list. Again, if you look at the distance, we're now hitting 65 miles, even some there. If you look at the main channels, CBS, NBC, and ABC, channel 2, 4, and 7 there, which are big channels out of Buffalo, they're hitting pretty much 90 miles away. Those channels are, the broadcast towers are, from my location. So we're going to set these antennas up and see which of these channels we're able to pick up, how many, how good the signal is, etc. Okay, so I've assembled the DB4e. We're going to test this one first, see how it performs. Okay, for my first test here, we have the DB4e set up. I've got it pointed slightly to the southwest. So it's just off of south there to the west. We're just going to do a temp cable run right into the TV, no amp, so antenna connected straight to the TV. Let's see what we get. Okay, so here is the DB4e. We're just going to do a auto test here, and we're gonna do a scan and we'll see what we get for signal here. So there you go, we're getting 49 channels on the DB4e. So let's see, so channel 2, 4, getting CBC, channel 7, these are the main channels out of Buffalo. There's channel 8, which is out of Rochester. You can see W Rock, it's out of Rochester, so we're getting Rochester here. CFTO, even though that antenna actually, this antenna does not have VHF, channel 9 is a VHF channel, it's still picking it up even though the DB4e is only UHF. So that's pretty good. PBS 19, 21, this is a very good channel. Again, it's more towards Rochester area. Very good channel, has a kids channel similar to PBS, but it has some good channels on it. Channel 23, there's some channels there. We got Fox out of Buffalo, Fox out of Rochester, as you can see. Getting Global. This is a channel 49, that's out of Buffalo. This is another big channel, it's 51, it's Ion, it's out of Batavia, which is between Rochester and Buffalo. So we get actually channel 51.2 is a kids channel, it's a very good channel. This is a very difficult channel to get. We're getting that in. Channel 56 has a retro television. Rev, which is like a motorsports channel. That's like an oldies channel. Tough TV, which is like a, you can see this channel's breaking up slightly, so it is a little weak. That's something maybe an amp would clean up, so we'll see how that works. And finally 57 out of Toronto, City TV. So we're getting great reception here on the DB4e. So now I've put on the Channel Master 778. I'm just kind of doing it temporary here, just hanging it off the back. Gonna see what this amplifier does to the signal. So there's the power injector for the 7778. I've plugged it in, so let's do a scan and see if the signal's changed at all. Okay, so now we're gonna do a channel scan. This is the DB4e with the Channel Master 7778 preamplifier. So there you go. We've picked up one extra channel by putting that preamp on. So let's see what we get here. So we're still getting channel 2, channel 4, channel 5, channel 7. Still getting 8 out of Rochester. Still getting CFTO. I'm just going to scan through and see what the channel was that we picked up that's different. Oh, looks like this channel 39. So that looks like the Daystar channel, which is a religious channel, 39.1. So putting that preamp on, looks like it gave us one extra channel. Let me just see how some of the more difficult channels are to pick up, like 51. Let's check that 56, which we know is breaking up a bit. We'll leave it there for a second and see if the signal breaks up at all. So there you go. It looks like it cleaned that signal up a little bit. We got one extra channel. It didn't wipe any channels out, so that 16 dB gain is has been not too bad. You know, a slight improvement. So let's try the stronger amp now and see what it does. Okay, so now we're going to test using the Channel Master 7777 on the DB4e antenna. Let's see what we get here. Again, we got our power injector all set up. So let's do a scan. Okay, so now we have the Channel Master 7777 preamp on the DB4e, and we'll do a channel scan and see what we get. Okay, so it looks like we're getting the exact same results using the Channel Master 7777, although it's supposedly considerably more dB gain. It doesn't look like it's given us any better improvement. Try channel 56 like we did before. So it looks pretty good. I don't see really any difference between the 7777 or the 7778. Which seems kind of weird because one's only 16 dB, the 7778, and the 7777 is 30 dB of gain. But really no difference in reception here, and not a whole lot of difference between using that amp and not using that amp on the DB4e. Okay, so now I have the Channel Master 4228 HD facing about the same direction. We'll go in and do a scan. Okay, so here's the Channel Master 4228 HD connected directly to the TV by the same cable with no amp. So we're just using the cable straight from the Channel Master. So here we go, we're going to do a scan. We have the 8-bay Channel Master antenna. Here we go. So there you go, 39 channels. Now, here's the thing. Most people would be very happy with 39 channels. They would say, oh wow, that's great, and they would be satisfied, but they wouldn't know that they could have had 50 channels. So this is a big test here. We can see the difference. Although the 8-bay Channel Master is really good, we are getting good signal with it. It's not, your 11 channels is a lot, so that's quite a spread. Now keep in mind that the Channel Master is probably, the reason it's not getting as much is because it's a narrower beam width and longer range. So for the area we are in, it's not the best choice of antenna. This is more for probably north of here where we're farther away. We're pointing maybe in an area where the towers line up. So if Buffalo and Toronto are close together and you're a ways north, then a Channel Master 4228 HD would be probably the antenna to choose, because it's going to give you a very, you know, long range. Let's put the preamps on though, and we'll test the Channel Master with the preamps and see if there's any improvement there. Okay, so here we go, test number 2 with the Channel Master 4228 HD. We have the 7778 preamp connected up. Let's do a scan and see what we get. Okay, so now we have the Channel Master 4228 HD 8-bay antenna with the Channel Master 7778 preamplifier installed. Let's do a channel scan. So that's interesting. It gave us 2 more channels, so it seems like a little bit better improvement. With the DB4e, we only got 1 channel extra. In the Channel Master's case, we got 2 channels extra. So signal's not bad. Let's see what channels we're not getting. So we're still getting Rochester, channel 8. Still getting channel 21, which is, I think, as well, still over towards Rochester area. And Fox. Still getting Fox, Rochester. We're losing channel 56 with the Cozy TV. I'm not sure, we're obviously missing some other channels there that I didn't. Oh yeah, that channel 39 we're not getting. So let's try the 7777 amp now and see what it does. Now we have the Channel Master 7777 preamp installed. Let's see how this one does. Okay, so now we have the Channel Master 4228 HD 8-bay antenna with the Channel Master 7777 preamp, and we're going to do a channel scan. There you go, we got 38 channels. So with the 7777 preamp, it got 3 channels less than the 7778, and it also got 1 channel less than when we had the antenna connected directly to the TV. So it was actually worse signal than with no amp at all. Okay, we have the antennas Direct DB8e installed now. We've got one kind of pointed off towards Toronto area, one pointing more towards where Rochester is. Buffalo will be somewhere in between, so let's see how this works. We got our combiner on there. We're going to do our first test just going directly to the TV, and we'll see what we got. Okay, so now we have the DB8e installed and pointed. We have it connected directly to the TV without an amp. Let's do a channel scan. So that's quite a difference. That's the worst signal yet, 36 channels. That's even worse than the Channel Master 8-bay. So even though we have the one bay pointing towards Rochester, we're not getting channel 8 out of Rochester, which is weird. I would say that's probably because we're not getting, we're losing some gain going through the combiner. But we did pick up channel 11, probably because now we have the antenna pointed more towards, you know, the Toronto and Hamilton area. So we've picked up channel 11, which is a bonus. We're still getting channel 21. So we lost Fox out of Buffalo. So we're not getting Fox. Toronto is coming in fine. We actually lost some Buffalo channels and we're not even getting Rochester. We're getting Batavia 51. Maybe we can try moving the unit closer towards Buffalo, the unit that's on the left. Instead of pointing it so much towards Rochester, we can point it in a little bit more towards Buffalo and we can see what happens. So I've just moved the one 4-bay more towards Buffalo because we weren't getting Fox. This is on the DB8e. So let's do another rescan here. There you go. Now it's similar signal now to what the Channel Master 4228 HD was. So I'm assuming we've definitely probably picked up Fox now. We still don't have that channel 8. We still have channel 11. So this is the only antenna so far that's been able to pick up channel 11 out of Hamilton. Still getting 21, which is a very difficult channel to get. Did we pick up Fox? Yes. So that slight tweak there, moving it more towards Buffalo. We're getting it now, but it doesn't look like we're really getting any Rochester channels like the other, like the DB4e was. The DB4e seems to be a much better performer than what the DB8 is. Getting ion. 56. So there you go. Now we'll try the preamp. Okay, so now we have the DB8e, and we've added the Channel Master 7778 preamp. Let's run our test. Okay, so now we have the DB8e with the Channel Master 7778 preamp. Let's do a scan. Wow, so that really affected the signal. We only got 8 channels when we put the amp on. So that's the poorest reception yet. Okay, so now we're going to try the 7777 amp with the DB8e. Okay, so now we have the DB8e with the Channel Master 7777 preamp. We'll do a channel scan. Wow, well that's really bad. So this antenna obviously does not like the extra dB gain out of the preamplifier. Couldn't find any signals at all, so it's just completely wiping everything right out when you added the 7777 preamp in there. So that's it. The poorest performer so far is the DB8e.